because I got into a little, how should I say it? I get emotional when it comes to talking about God because of where I've been. So I try not to debate, but God gave me the authority to say, okay, if somebody approaches me about him, I do have a lot to say, but I have to always remember to be respectful because it is the unbeliever that he only sends me after. So I'm not going to say anything that's disrespectful ever, because at the end of the day, no matter how you feel about God, it doesn't affect the fact that he still loves you. Even if you look for him and you couldn't find him, sometimes it's not because he wasn't to be found. It's just that there were so many things that you might have had going on that you couldn't even hear him when he was talking to you. And then he doesn't always come with an audible voice. Sometimes it's through someone else, or sometimes it's in a situation. It could be in something that you hear. It could even be through a song.
So what is what is
count him out.
what God are you talking about? Are you talking about the God from
I'm
Islam
talking
or the
about
God
the God who created, the God of own creation,
the God of
the
what
true
now?
living God, the God of true creation, of all creation, the God of the Bible, the Holy Bible.
So how come
That's
if
the
the
God.
God created everything? So I'm just going to ask you a few questions, okay? Because obviously
Okay, go
I'm an
ahead.
atheist, and
Okay.
I'm
What do
not going to
you
try to.
believe?
I don't believe anything. I either know or I don't know, and if I don't know, I admit that I don't know.
That's cool, and I'm the same way. I'm the same way. So you saying basically you believe that everything came from nothing.
No, I
That
just
it?
I just stated that I don't believe. I either know or I don't
So
know.
you just believe we just happened, or you
I
just don't
don't.
know?
Okay, let me rewind again. I don't believe anything. I either know or I don't know.
Okay, got it.
So as it pertains to where the universe came from, I think that's what you're really asking. What do I think how the universe came?
Mhm.
The answer is I don't know, but
Okay.
there is no reason for me to think that the cause is not a natural one because we don't have an example of a supernatural cause. And if we discovered what you might prefer to call God, if we discovered that a quote God did create the universe, it would then go from being a supernatural thing to being just natural because we would know that this thing
Mhm.
is real. But
Right.
the answer is I personally I don't see a reason why the universe couldn't have always existed. So when you say you think the universe
Mhm.
came from nothing, I don't think that makes any sense, and I don't know any atheists that believe that. Not a single one, because most atheists don't think that nothing is something that can be. It doesn't make sense, for there to be nothing. Because if it was nothing, it wouldn't be. The
So
moment that
basically, you're more agnostic.
no, because atheism and agnosticism are not mutually exclusive. One can be an
Mhm.
agnostic atheist as well as one can be an agnostic believer. Agnosticism refers to what you know or claim to know, and atheism refers to what you believe. So if I
Okay,
asked
but
you,
both is a belief,
well, if you ask me, do I believe in God, right?
right? Or do you believe? Okay, do you believe in God, or do you believe that what you've been told isn't right? Because when it all boils down to it, everybody's belief, this is the truth. Everybody's belief is based on what they were told. I'm not a believer of God based on what I was told. I'm a believer of God based on what I've been shown.
Okay, can you elaborate on that? What have you been shown?
Okay, so this is the thing. Whenever somebody tells you something, okay, I can come and explain to you how a house was built. Okay, so they went and I saw them when they went and got the wood, and they went and got the nails and the hammer and the sheetrock, and they went and got all of these things, and they created a house. These are things that I've seen, and I'm telling you about it. So you'll see this house, and you'll believe that, okay, the Sheikah told me that she saw when the house was built, they got this material, that material, and they built this house. So basically, you're going off of what I told you, but you see this house standing here, and you know that it had to have a creator, that it didn't just build itself. Now, if I was to tell you that at some point in time, I never ever believed in God, but when God put his hands on you, He makes himself known to you. It doesn't matter what you believe. You can believe that the house built itself or the house didn't build itself. It doesn't matter. But when God comes in, God shows you who he is on his
Dashika,
own.
let me ask you something right
You don't
quick.
have to worry about anybody just basically coming in and telling you anything about God. God will reveal himself.
Let me ask you something, because I want to make sure I'm understanding you clearly. When you say you look at a house and you know that the house has to have a creator, how does one how does one determine that the house has to have a creator? What's the
because
process?
It can't build itself.
How do you know?
It can't build itself.
But
the house cannot hammer a nail because
But how does one know? If let me ask you in a different way.
Common sense.
Yes, common sense, but I'm asking you for clarification. I know it's common sense. I'm not saying that I disagree with you.
I got you. I got you.
So let me ask you in a different way, so it'll be more clear. If I was to walk into let's say an estate that I had never seen before, and there was a lake on this estate, or a pond, I should say, on this person's estate, would that pond be man-made or natural? And how would I know?
It depends. It depends.
Well, how would I tell?
A lot of.
How would I go about finding out?
You know that either way, you know that water had to fall into that hole.
But I'm saying, was it created?
Somebody cut on a faucet, or it came down from the sky.
But I'm asking you, was the pond created naturally, or was it created non-naturally by man? And how would I tell the difference?
It could be either or because we've already seen it.
But how do I go about finding out?
We didn't see.
How would I go about finding out?
What you would do to find out, maybe you would have to actually do some research. You would have to go and find out who owns the land. You would have to go and find out who actually had the land before that person had the land, and was the pond there when that person moved there, or was that pond just put there? Because if you have to look at it you can look at it from a scientific perspective, and you could say, okay, if you're a scientist, they have this, like they dig and find out, what this animal was here this many years ago, or that animal was here this many years ago, or you can go and find the landowner and find out how the pond got there.
Okay. And likewise, if I were to go into a stream and I saw a bunch of sticks blocking up the water in the stream, would I say that it's a beaver dam, or it's just a bunch of sticks, and how would I determine which one it was?
Okay, so if you wanted to determine if it was a beaver dam or if it was something that just happened, you could go either way. But you know for a fact that it didn't just create itself meaning. Now listen to this. Now if I have let's say a forest on side of the river, and a storm might come through and knock down a few trees, and these trees fall into the river, and eventually it becomes a dam. Either way it goes, it's like two different explanations. Either a beaver could have built the dam, or either the dam could have built itself, meaning that really the dam didn't really build itself. The trees, the storm, actually caused the thing to happen.
Yeah, there's a cause.
It's going to be a cause and effect.
A cause, but what I'm trying to get at is the cause intelligent, or is it not intelligent? Because see, if it was just the weather doing it,
intelligent.
Hold on. So you're telling me that the weather is intelligent?
Anything that God creates is made perfectly.
Time out now, because now hold on, Dashika,
everything.
Ma'am, Dashika. What you're doing now, you're smuggling in this God thing. I'm trying to take it very slowly and just ask you some logical questions.
See, that's the thing. I can't take God out of anything.
I'm not telling you to take God out of it. I'm not telling you to take God out of it. I'm asking you to not put.
You're trying to make me give you a logical explanation. Is what you're trying to do. But see, my only logical explanation for everything is God, baby.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to ask you a few questions to show you that that's not logical. Okay, because what you're calling a logical explanation is not logical.
To you,
okay,
to an unbeliever,
listen.
It's not logical.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
I asked the caller last week, if you walked outside and you saw that your vehicle was not where you parked it, would you assume that an intelligence has moved your car, or that some supernatural being moved your car? Which one?
No, I would assume that somebody came in my yard and stole my car.
Why?
Because of where I live.
Okay.
That's why.
But because that would make more sense, right? It would make more sense for somebody.
It would make more sense for where I live.
It would make.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now,
for anybody.
Okay, so what if I come outside and I know that nobody else is on this planet but me, and I know I parked a car and it just disappears? Then yeah, I would assume it was supernatural because there would be no one else there to actually take my car.
Well, how do you know that there wasn't some natural cause that caused it to move? Why would you jump to a supernatural?
Either way, it wasn't. Okay, this is the thing. If that was to happen, I came outside and it was and somebody had taken my car and from where I'm speaking from, I came outside, my car was missing, there's nobody on the planet but me. Then of course it would have to be supernatural.
Okay, so basically
it would have to be supernatural. There's no other way to explain.
So what I'm hearing from you is that you believe in God because the universe exists and there's no other way the universe could have existed because God. Right?
Because I've experienced him myself. I've experienced him myself.
But why should I believe in? Why should I believe in God?
Because I experienced Satan first.
Okay, but you know that there's billions of people on the planet, and most of them don't believe what you believe, right?
That don't have nothing to do with me.
I'm just asking. Are you aware of that?
A lot of people choose not to believe.
It's not a choice. You don't choose. You don't choose what you believe. It's not a choice. You believe.
Oh yeah, you choose what you believe because you have a choice.
No, you don't.
You have a choice to say I'm going to believe or I'm not going to believe.
You cannot.
You have that choice. God always gives everybody a choice. He don't make you believe in him. That's what faith is. So I can't come to you and say, okay, I want you to believe in God. You're gonna believe in God. You don't have no choice to believe in God.
Okay.
I can come and tell you that, but that's not how God works. God is not gonna make you do anything.
I'm not sure if you realize this, but what you're doing right now is you're talking at me, and you're not really listening to what I'm saying to you, and you just keep reciting
I
what.
Let you speak,
listen, no, because I can't get a sentence in. I can't get a sentence in, ma'am. I can't get a sentence in. You're talking at me, and you're interrupting me, and you're not listening to me.
You've already asked your question. You have not let me ask you anything. Anything.
Okay, I didn't know that you wanted to ask me a question because I haven't even got to finish a sentence. Can I finish a sentence before you start one, please?
Okay, go ahead. Finish the sentence. I'm listening.
I just want to let you know that you're talking at me. We're not getting anywhere in this conversation because the whole time you just been telling me what. Listen, you're doing it again. Listen to me. Can I finish a sentence?
Why are you upset?
Because you won't let me finish a sentence.
So you get upset because I won't let you finish a sentence?
Well, when you call me and listen, when you call me and try to tell me.
Okay.
Listen, I don't know if I sound upset. Maybe I'm raising my voice because I want you to hear me because you're talking, and in order for you to hear me, I have to raise my voice. But
no, you don't have to raise your voice.
Okay, listen. I'm going to put you on mute because I can't even finish a sentence, all right?
Hello?
So let me turn you down for a second. If I was to, because I really don't think we got anywhere in the last 10, 15 minutes we've been on the phone because all you've been doing is talking at me about what you believe. But let me ask you a question. Okay, sure. But remember, this is being recorded, so we'll see. But
Okay, I don't care. Go ahead.
Okay, I thought you didn't want to debate. I'm trying to have a conversation. Why are you arguing with me? Let me ask you a question.
Because you the one that's upset. See, it sounds like
let me ask you a question, man.
That wants to be in control of a conversation because you're recording the conversation. Had you called me or had I called you and you tell me, okay, this is what we're going to be discussing because that is a professional way to do it, then yes, it would be okay to go into it. But when you contacted me or I contacted you, my thing was you were asking me, oh, what if I was to tell you that I don't believe in God because he's a myth? Then it's my job to come to you and tell you, okay, this is why I believe.
And do you think you're doing a good job at that? Do you think you're doing a good job at that? Do you think your God is going to be happy at the job that you're doing right now? Do you think you're going to convince me to believe in your God talking to me the way you're talking to me? Do you think this is going to work? Do you think this is going to work? I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm just a little perplexed at how your logic works.
Just admit it. You upset.
Okay, sure.
It's not a good thing.
Okay, sure. I'm upset and it's not a good thing. I'm the most upset person in the world.
It seems to me like you would have more control, more patience, and you don't.
It seemed to me like you would have more cool
But
if you claim to be a believer in God. You claim to be so godly, but you can't even let me finish a sentence. Why can't you let me finish a sentence? Because you know if I finish my sentence, then you won't be able to make your stupid arguments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you what you want, and I'm going to be the asshole that you want me to be, and I'm going to talk to you the way you want to be talked to, because you's a dumb bitch that can't listen. You's a dumbass bitch that try to call me about some shit that you believe in. That's not real. Some imaginary shit. And when I ask you a real question about how you know what's imaginary and what's real, all you can do is interrupt. All right? So let the record show, people. I let this lady call me. All right? She's still talking. Listen. She's still talking. She don't even know what I'm saying. She don't understand that I'm the one with the YouTube channel, and I'm going to put this shit out. And this is not going to help nobody be a Christian. This is only going to make people look at Christians as bad people, because all I was doing was asking her questions. She wouldn't even let me get the question in. And you all watched it for yourself. So I'm going to put this up tonight just so she can hear it and see all the comments up there. So what I was going to ask her was who created the God, but she wouldn't even let me get that far. It's like, we can't even get nowhere. She just want to talk about God. So all you Christians, if y'all want to convert an atheist, calling me and being rude to me and cutting me off while I'm talking, that's not a very good way to go about converting somebody to your religion. It would be better if you would be a little more, kind and nice and actually hear the person out. So we can't even have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? She's still talking. I'm gonna let y'all hear what she's saying.
That's not how you interview. That's not how you sit there. Oh, and I'm going to be recording this. But the thing is, you got upset with me because you didn't like what I said. You got upset with me because you felt like you couldn't get your point across, and that was very disrespectful, and it was very impatient of you.
Okay.
That's not how you conduct an interview. That's not how you conduct anything when you're trying to do what you're doing.
Okay, Dashika, this turned from
and you need to bring it down.
This turned from an interview to you talking at me, and I told you talking at me. All right.
I am a woman of God, and I have used her name, which should let you know that I am godly because I'm still on the phone.
Look, you might be godly, but I'm honest. And when a dumb bitch call me with some dumb bitch shit, I'm gonna call it what it is. You stupid. And I'm about to hang up because you're wasting my time. It's been 18 minutes. Too much of my time. Good, congratulations. You got onto YouTube. Congratulations. You got what you wanted. You on YouTube. And everybody's gonna let you know in the comments exactly how much of a dumb bitch you are. Stupid motherfucker. Alright, so y'all heard what happened, right? This is what happens when you mix Christianity with being a dumbass bitch. Alright, so she calls me. I guess I missed the call. I don't know. I didn't see the phone ring or didn't hear it ringing. I called her back. I asked her for permission. I said, may I record this conversation? She said, of course. She could have just as easily said no. I would have been fine having the conversation, not recording it. But she said, of course. So I began recording. All right. After I get permission, I begin recording. Then 15 minutes in the conversation, she pretends like I said, oh, I'm recording this. Like I just called her and said, I'm recording this. All right. So now you're being dishonest. Everybody can hear that you're the Christian and I'm the atheist. And you're calling me angry when all I'm doing is raising my voice so that you can hear me because you're over talking me, lady. And then when I actually did get angry, it was because I realized that you didn't really call me to have an honest conversation. You just called me to, I don't know, try to get under my skin. Well, congratulations. You got what you wanted. You pissed me off for 15 minutes and you got on YouTube. And all you did was help me create footage to put out to promote atheism and denounce Christianity. So I appreciate you very much, Dashika Dillon from Louisiana, who I have your personal information, but I ain't petty like that, so I ain't even gonna do to you what I could do to you. I'm gonna let you live. But goddamn it, just let the record show that all she had for her evidence was some logical fallacies. And I couldn't even get a question in because she wouldn't let me finish the sentence. And when I did get a question in, she didn't want to answer the question, changed the subject 3-4 times. All right? So I couldn't even have a conversation with her. Then she said she didn't want to debate and got all riled up. Like if you promoting God, where are you angry at? Where is all this hostility coming from? God gave you that energy. He's trying to get you to convert me into believing, and that's how he does it. That's a dumbass God. He sent you. He sent the Sheikah Dylan to convert Kweli Kush. That God must want me to be an atheist. Thank you, Dashika. Thank you for confirming that God does not exist. Once again, thank you. Once again, thank you. Once again.